Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail with another Scrolls Ranked replay. That's right, we're back. Summoner's been fixed, Scrolls Post has been fixed. I'm actually using the Scrolls Post mod to view this game today between BrTarolg and Slain. So let's go ahead and get this started. This is going to be a growth versus growth matchup, and as we go ahead and get started, we're watching from BR's perspective here. As you can see, his opening hand, he gets a quake, and he's going against a growth player, so that may be a good quake to pocket. Otherwise, he gets some pretty small cards that he can use, and it looks like he's splashing some mortar with transposition. So BR playing kind of a standard deck to start with, but he draws a mangy wolf as well. Not terribly useful this early, but he does get rid of the transposition because he definitely doesn't need that. So I'll just go ahead and pause real quick while Slain is sacrificing for resources and just say that I am sorry if some of y'all have been waiting for a while for the replays to come back up. They are coming, and as people start uploading replays again, I'll get back to putting those in. Also, the Scrolls Invitational Tournament, it's still going on. Me and other people will be doing replays for that, but just with the Summoner mod disappearing with the latest update, it's kind of put a wrench in those plans a little bit, but it's just a delay, not a end. So Slain going ahead and playing the Sister of the Wolf, as BR draws a Ranger's Bane, which is useful direct damage. But he's probably going to get the Kinfolk Brave or Ragged Wolf first to take out the Sister, so he gets out the Kinfolk Brave. And there we go. Slain with a second Sister of the Fox. So definitely some good neutral card draw, and also gets out a Ragged Wolf as well. So right now, that poor Brave is in a little bit of trouble. But BR does have plenty of cards that he can work with as he sacrifices for resources and puts out both a Ragged Wolf and a Vetter of the Wild. So we have a big line of tiny creatures to begin with. This is the loneliest Ragged Wolf in the world, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens here as both players slowly creep up their resources. Now with 4 resources, Slain actually puts a Brother of the Wolf in the bottom lane and moves his Ragged Wolf up, which is a pretty good move. He's trying to kite, or at least move the Kinfolk Brave away, instead of putting this brother to take unnecessary damage. So at this point, Slain is kind of conceding the middle, which BR will take, as he gets rid of a quake, or he's already gotten rid of one quake. He has another quake in his hand. And is the play here going to be a Mangy Wolf, or is it going to be Ranger's Bane? Or is he just going to send his cards? He decides to Bane the Brother of the Wolf. So unnecessary damage. That brother is going to be taking damage anyway, as Slain goes for the Eagle Eyes, obviously trying to draw something to make it work. And BR with a God Hand, that's a good card to pocket. He gets rid of the other quake because right now he's quite ahead, and that Kinfolk Veteran is going to be very useful, as is the Great Wolf and the Mangy Wolf. So at this point, he has plenty of cards that he can play. So right now, BR is in very good shape, as he goes ahead and moves down. Actually elects to move his units around back up to the middle, because at this point he could just play the Kinfolk Veteran and take out that Brother of the Wolf whenever he wants to. Although there would have been a benefit to actually having these units move down to kill this guy, which is that the 2 damage would have actually kept the Brother of the Wolf from being able to summon next turn. So it's just a play one way or the other. BR does have a Veteran that he can drop at any time, and this Kinfolk Brave is going to be attacking. So there we go. Slain's moving up his brother, goes ahead and drops the Ragged Wolf, and elects to have the Ragged Wolf actually get stag-hearted. So that Ragged Wolf is not going to die right away, so maybe BR should have taken out that brother when he had the chance. But there we go. He's going to be able to take him out actually anyway with the Kinfolk Veteran, because my math skills are doing poor with subtraction from poison damage. So we can still play the Veteran. So there goes one Stagheart in Slain's deck that's going to be for naught. And there goes the poor old Brother of the Wolf. So right away, BR clearing the board entirely, having lots of board control. And there's the quake. It's growth. You know it's coming. Bunch of small creatures for BR, and Slain having 2 cards in his hand, but one of them's a quake. So he does have 6 resources. BR with 3 cards, 4 resources, but 1 creature on the board at this point. Still, he has a Great Wolf and a Mangy Wolf in his pocket. So he's definitely not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. But it's going to be interesting to see what Slain has in his hand, if he can recover from it, as he goes ahead and puts out his own Great Wolf, once again conceding the middle of the board. And BR, oh man, actually getting 2 Great Wolves, goes ahead and sacks the Crimson Bull because you don't want to get rid of the Great Wolf. You want to get out multiple ones if you can, but plenty of great cards to play. The Ancestral Totem is actually really strong against growth if you can keep it alive. That 1 extra damage is a huge boon in mirror matches, especially making things like Kinvolk Veterans do 4 damage, which kills most things in growth decks. But there is Slane's Kinvolk Veteran, and there's there goes one of the Great Wolves straight away as he plays Dryadic Power on the Veteran in the middle. And with the Ragged Wolf there, Slane is now top decking, but at least to take out one of the Great Wolves. That's a kind of cost-benefit analysis. You don't want to let both of them run rampant if you can't. Now that means this Veteran's stuck in the middle unless Slane's also splashing order. But right now, BR having once again plenty of cards that he can play, sacrificing for scrolls here to grab another God Hand and a Kinfolk Brave. And he could sacrifice for resources and play the Mangy Wolf and the Kinfolk Brave next turn, or play the Ancestral Totem. But right now he's just working to dodge this Dryadic Powered Veteran. As Slane getting more things back on the board, but he's a little bit card starved in his hand, but at least he's able to play a creature per turn on the board, which is what you want at this point in the stage for growth. So BR playing the Sister of the Fox, getting a card that he doesn't really want, so he goes ahead, sacrifices, and this is going to be Mangy Wolf time, I bet. If I had to guess. There we go. Mangy Wolf, this is going to be 4 damage, and that's going to be enough to take out the Veteran. So bye-bye Dryadic Power. BR having a lot more on the board than Slane, which in these kind of mirror matches, oh, there's the God Hand in response. Like I said, in mirror matches, sometimes it's about what you can get on the board, and sometimes it's about what you can respond with, and that is quite the response from Slane. As the God Hand, the only card that he had in his hand was the card that he needed, or at least after sacking for resources. So great top decking there, as BR is now going from a huge advantage to being kind of on the ropes in a way, as we are in turn 11 here. As he had some great creatures, very strong creatures to play, but he did commit to taking out that Dryadic Powered Veteran, and Slane in a way almost said, okay, go ahead, I'll God Hand you right away, as there is the Ancestral Totem, a little bit exposed, but it's probably not. I don't know if Slane will want to send his brother or the wolf straight up to kill it, but actually he's going to go ahead and let it live for now, and he actually, oh no, we're not. So he gets a Kinfolk Brave as well, so just all kinds of cards all of a sudden from Slane there, as he just has so many things to play with all of a sudden. So BrTarolg getting a God Hand in response, and that's going to be enough to take out this line of creatures. So right there, the Ancestral Totem paying dividends, letting that whole line break through. So God Hand to God Hand, and then there's a Quake, and there's a Stagheart, which I find it interesting that Slane's playing the Staghearts on his Ragged Wolves instead of someone like his Kinfolk Brave. But I know he's playing it in a way to try and take out creatures when he can. I mean, Stagheart's still a new card. People use it differently. I've seen some people stack it on Kinfolk Braves to have her super unit, and against order and against energy, that's not necessarily as strong of a play because they do have straight up creature removal, either by pushback or violent dispersal. But against growth, where you don't have as much removal straight up, multiple Staghearts on a 1 attack per time creature can be very powerful. But that said, BrTarolg getting a Rallying, getting an Ancestral Totem again, so he could plop that down if he wanted to, and that's what he's going to do. Probably going to sacrifice, or not going to sacrifice anything this turn. I got on my tangent, and there we go. So Slane, a little bit behind the 8 ball as he fertile soils and plays a Kinfolk Brave. So right now he's just trying to go for cards. Gets a Sister of the Fox as well. And that Ancestral Totem is going to go unless BrTarolg can do something to protect it, which he does have cards to protect it. He drops the Ragged Wolf down, and he has a Mangy Wolf that he can put as well. If he chooses to, he actually elects to summon 2 wolves. So that's actually going to take out that Brave right there. Once again, the Ancestral Totem does great things. Buffing your units, that 1 damage in mirror matches like that makes a huge difference. As see, this Ragged Wolf can only do 1 damage, as Slane is kind of... Oh, and there's another Fertile Soil, so he's just fishing for cards right now. So BrTarolg has the board, has resources, has cards that he can use. So, and with that God Hand, he can actually end this game pretty quickly, but not this turn. But if he does elect to use the mangy wolf, and there we go, and those two wolves attack. If he drops the other ancestral totem as well, he can do a lot of devastating damage here, but he elects to hold on to his resources instead. I don't know. Maybe I would have played the ancestral totem, but you know what? Tarlog's rated a lot higher than me, or Tarolg, excuse me. I just want to call him BR, or Bert, maybe, is what I should be saying. But he's ranked higher than me, so he knows something that I don't, perhaps. But getting an extra ancestral totem out, more damage is always nice. So there's the Kinfolk Veteran going after the Mangy Wolf, and it gets Dryadic powered again as well. But you know what? I think BR can end the game right here if he moves up his brother and then God Hands. So there's the summon, and there is the... Yep, this is going to be GG right here, as we have just a quick growth versus growth mirror match. He goes ahead and plays the Vetter as well, and there's the God Hand. Just a good mirror match between both players, but at this point, just not a lot Slane could do. He just was not able to keep the board from Bert or BR's onslaught and push of creatures. So there we go. Good match between both players. Once again, as I've said a zillion times before, growth oftentimes comes down to who gets what cards when, and then who can follow up. Both players are able to play God Hands. Both players, or Bert was able to quake as well, and in a way, getting the board like that was enough to get victory. So this is Way to Fail. Yay! Back with Scrolls Ranked Replays. If you have a replay you want to send me, feel free to message me on YouTube. I'm on Reddit as well. Or you can send an email to w2freplays@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this quick game. We're going to be having more of this in the coming days. See you all next time.